Hello everyone and welcome back to Gotham City Chronicles. Today we're doing a scenario from one of the add-ons to the Season 1 content. So it's not from the main campaign book, this is from the Arkham Asylum / Joker's Funhouse booklet. And as you can see we're obviously on the Funhouse, called A Friend in Need. And this is their homage to The Killing Joke, which is very exciting. Also, this is the first time we're seeing this particular map on the stage, and it's modular. The buildings here, and here, there's cardboard. If you see that, it's just cardboard you put on the map. Different attractions on different sides which do different things when you walk into them. Or you can just have none of them and then they're just building roofs that you can stand on normally as well. I hope, again, if Season 3 of content for this does happen, they do more maps with modular content, because that's a very good way to get extra life out of a single location, because obviously the base game just came with the 4. But anyway, A Friend in Need. Batman, specifically Year 0 Batman, the choices for hero for this one is Year 0 or Year 100 Batman, and he starts up there. The goal is to hack 3 PCs out of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, before Mr. Joe, who is in the Hall of Mirrors, kills or drives Commissioner Gordon insane, and he's trapped in the funhouse, the ghost train, which is down here. So you hack 3 computers, Commissioner Gordon gets spat out on the ghost train right here, you go rescue him, and you win. And Batman has until his turn 10. So although there's only one hero, it does have a few more turns than these single hero missions usually do. Other than extra mechanics for each of these special rooms he can go in, which we'll cover when it happens, the other special mechanic is Insanity. When he successfully hacks a computer, images of Commissioner Gordon being tortured appear on the screen and start to drive him a little bit mad. There's also other things Joker can do to drive Batman mad. If his insanity reaches level 8, most things just raise it by 1, he goes insane and loses, which is kind of like in my opinion, the real story of The Killing Joke. It's not about Commissioner Gordon being driven insane, it's about Joker giving Batman a bad day. But anyway, there is ways that Batman can lower his insanity level. If he's resting, it goes down by 1 automatically. If he does a complex thought of 3, he can bring it down by 2, and some other stuff that we can cover again if it happens. Mostly it's just if he hacks a computer, he goes mad. If he's in the same area as Joker and Joker chooses to execute a henchman for fun, that drives him mad a little bit. And some of the special rooms for the mission are also affect insanity. So I have catered Year 0 Batman a little bit for the mission, because otherwise it'd be very, very difficult to do certain things. So he has batarangs, he has an ARM computer which gives him hacking level 1, which will help with the PCs. He has a compact gas mask, because again, this is purely for the mission. If you don't have a gas mask, it makes one of the rooms have like a difficulty... No, wait, you take like 4 yellow dice of damage if you don't have a gas mask, and there's no gas mask on the level to find, so I'm like, well, why wouldn't you take one? And a explosive batarang as well to perhaps deal with Joker. And there's a Commissioner Gordon model here. But he's currently, I guess we'll put him on there for now, he's on the ghost train, so he ain't doing anything. He's just going around watching pictures of his daughter get shot. Because, you know, Joker's a fun guy like that. Heroes get first turn. Oh, one last thing. On the turn marker, this is what you're supposed to use to indicate Batman's insanity. So it starts at level 0. If he gets insane, it will move up as well. And again, if it gets to 8 or higher, instant game over. So, I think that covers basically everything. Oh, wait, one more thing. Villains only regen 3 power. This is how their energy is set up. This is how the board is looking as well. There's not many henchmen. There's 2 of each henchman type and then Mr. Joe himself. And I think that's everything, other than there being potential fireworks to grab. And with that, we're ready to get started with Hero Turn 1. So we'll move the turn marker to Hero Turn 1. The insanity symbol for now stays on 0. He's perfectly sane, allegedly. And Batman is going to move his free movement of 2. So he's just going to go 1, 2. Presumably that's okay, because there's a little bit of a line there. I love that it looks like he came down the Helter Skelter there to enter the level. And he's walking in here, which is the balloon room. So we just come over here quickly to the rules. Normally, hopefully the shine isn't too bad. Normally if you enter the balloon room, you'd be doing a level 3 dangerous terrain, which is 3 yellow dice of damage. Unless you have gas immunity or you're Mr. Joe. Which, obviously, Batman is not Mr. Joe, but put a gas mask for gas immunity so he doesn't have to take any damage. And he's going to punch the gentleman. He doesn't start with anything in his fatigue for this one. He's going to punch the gentleman. Ooh, that's the new Joker henchman. We haven't seen him at the table yet. They've only got 1 armor. It should be okay to do 2 orange rerollables plus martial artist. Famous last words. It's rerollable. Okay. 3, martial artist takes it to 4, but it's back down to 3 because of their automatic armor. Let's see, that would require 2 orange dice potentially to defend. No, we're going to say he goes. That's the other henchman type. They're just people dressed up as the Joker with a hammer. You'll get a better look at that, at them rather. Can't speak this morning. In the next, getting stuff painted. So, he's in the room with the PC, and to hack the PC is a... You come back over to the main page for this scenario. Let's see here. Difficulty 6. In the same area as the computer can restart it. Difficulty 6 of thought action. So this Batman does have red dice for his thought actions. Difficulty 6 is very hard. He has the hacking skill thanks to me bringing the armband computer, so that's 1 automatic success. So he needs 5. So he's going to try and get 5 on 3 red dice. That is 3, 4. Not good enough. He's going to use 2 rerolls. It begins. They reroll to the same thing. So that is 3, 4. So we are going to use that house roll where successes are cumulative across turns, which means next turn he just needs to get 1 for that computer to be hacked. But that is going to be his turn, unfortunately, because he can't buy... Well, maybe he can buy another pay for reroll, but he's just going to wait. So those are all going to go into there. And we immediately go over to villain turn 1. So, the villain gets those 2 over for their first turn, and the first activation is going to be the crazy inmates for 2. And one of them is going to do something very stupid, but the other one is just going to move. They have movement of 3. He's in this room is not used for anything for this mission, so he's just going to go 1, 2, 3, over that way. Now the other one is back over where Batman started, and he's going to go try and stop Batman. And he is insane, so it's in character. He is going to go do, but he doesn't have a gas mask. So when he walks in there, he takes a level 3 dangerous terrain because it's filled with poisonous Joker gas, and takes 3 dice of true damage. So he is dead. But he is also insane, so I maintain that that's something he would do. So that's fine, that henchman is gone. It's especially fine because the next thing being played is going to be the warning tile for 2 as well. And it's going to be the special event tile for this mission, which is called Reinforcement Points plus Screams in the Night. So 2 reinforcement points. That inmate can come back immediately, and so can the henchman that Batman took out turn 1. We'll place them in a second. The other effect is the Screams in the Night. Over the loudspeakers in the park, Commissioner Gordon's Screams of Anguish are played. And you roll 2 yellow dice, and Batman's insanity goes up for each success. 2 yellow dice. Batman gains 2 insanity levels. He goes from 0 to 2. So we'll just put that there. And that's it. Other than placing those henchmen, which we'll do. Now let's see, where can they come in? They can only come in there or back at the top. Let's put them back in the top, up here, so they're near Batman. And that's it. We'll go into Hero turn 2. So there isn't going to be much to this turn. Batman can't do very much. Also, I apologise for the glare. It's a very dank morning and there's no natural light to counter the studio light. So anyway, Batman is going to rest. So he gets back 6 energy. But more importantly, he automatically restores 1 sanity. So he comes back down to level 1 insanity. And yeah, he can't do anything else because he's resting, so it is straight back over to the villains for their second turn. So Joker only gets 3 of these over, so 1 gets dropped. 1 is being spent on the Joker's gang thugs, which is the new thugs with the hammers. They move 3, but they're not stupid, they're not insane, so they're not going to try and get in the gas room. What they're going to do instead is go 1, 2, and wait for Batman to come outside and cause a little bit of problems for him when he does that. Now the other one on the board is down here. He'll go, where could he go to cause problems? He could go 1, 2, 3 into this room, which I think is the strength room. I'll double check between takes whether that does anything to them, like if they're affected by anything or if it's just Batman when he's testing in there. And the other activation this turn, let's just spend another 1 and go with the basic thugs. and none of them can get to Batman, so they're just going to move, and they can move 3 as well. And there's one down here, and then there's one in there. The one in there, that's a room not used as well, so he might as well, again, cause harassment problems for Batman by just standing there when he comes outside that room. This one is going to go 1, 2, and enter the Hall of Mirrors with Mr. Joe. And with that, we're into hero turn 3. So Batman is obviously going active, and he would get 3, but he only has 1 required. And he needs to hack this computer, and he had, what was it left? He needed just 1 or 2. Let's just go with 1 red cube, because he gets +1 from hacking. So as long as this is a success, it means it is hacked. Now unfortunately for him, I mean that does mean this computer is hacked, we'll put it on his card. He now gets to see Commissioner Gordon being tortured, which increases insanity by 1. But he just has 2 more computers to get to. Forgot to mention, in the mission, Batman has the Nerves of Steel skill equal to whatever his insanity is, and that's the one that lets him ignore enemy menace. So they can't stop him or make it harder for him to hack if he's slightly insane, because he just ignores them. Same with ranged attacks as well. So, anywho, he doesn't have enough free movement to get out of this room. Well, actually, he can get out of the room, sorry, but then he can't leave the square with the 2 henchmen on it for free. So if he wanted to, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be 5 movement to get into there. Minus his 2 free movement, he'd have to pay 3. Let's pay the 3. And he's going to scarper. Wait, does he have evasive? No. So it would just be 1, 2, 3. It comes up to 5, comes back down to 3 because he's paid. Sorry, because of his 2 free movement. So now he's in here, but he needs to clean house a little bit. So he is going to do a double orange. Double orange on the basic clan henchmen because they've just got 1 armor. Rerollable. So that is 3 up to 4, back down to 3 because of their armor. That again would take 2 orange dice, not going to roll to protect them against that. Now, does he have a combo? Is that combo? He has counter martial artist. I think that's combo, right? So we'd get 1 free orange. Let me double check that's combo, not circular strike. Yep, it is combo, so he gets 1 orange dice against the prisoner fatigued henchman there. It needs to be at least a 2 to matter because they have armor 1. So that is 1 damage, and that will be attempted to be defended with an orange die. Let's see if they can do it. We need just a 1. He got a 2, so that did nothing. And then he will do 2 punches, 2 more punches into that same goon. Rerollable. So that's 3 back down to 2. Again, that thug will defend himself and hope for a 2. If it's a 2, he takes no damage. No, that time he got, so to speak. So he has been knocked out. Batman has 1 energy left to spend. He's not going to spend that. He's going to bank it. So that is his turn. And with that, we go over to the villain's turn 3. So the villain's 3 energy comes over here. That 2 is going to stay there. Oh, double checked, and the strength room that Batman just entered and the henchman entered the previous turn, there's no checks or anything on that room. It's just a normal room. The other one, however, and the Hall of Mirrors, they have weird stuff going on. So I guess we'll activate Joker's gang for 2 because Mr. Joe doesn't need to do anything right now. They only have movement 2. We need to move this one down here to be more useful. Let's go 1, 2, and he can actually shoot in because that's an orange line. So he'll shoot at Batman. The other one's going to stay where he is because he is guarding the PC over there. So their shooting attack is a white dice with a yellow rerollable, and he fires twice. So this is the first shot. Does this Batman have automatic defense against ranged or anything? No, he didn't bring a cape, so he just has a yellow die. We'll not risk the reroll. So this is Batman's automatic defense. He defended against it. Second shot, rerollable yellow. Got him for 1. We'll go with automatic defense again. Batman defended against it. Defense dice are actually going in the good guy's favour for a change. It's amazing. And then after that, activate the prisoners for 2, of which there's only 1 left on the level, because again, Mr. Joe doesn't really need to do anything yet, and they just move 3. Can he get in there? He can get in there. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Batman. I'm here to harass you. They attack with 1 white, 1 yellow. Ooh, he did very well. He got 3. Batman will spend his 1 remaining energy on defense to get a yellow automatic and an orange. He actually blocked it. And he has counter-attack as well, so he gets to counter-attack with 2 orange dice, I believe. Counter-attack. 2 down to 1. He will block it. If he doesn't get a 1 here, it's bad news, but he did, so he's fine. So I think that's it for the villain turn. We'll move into hero, turn 4 of 10. Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, Batman obviously has to rest, so he's going to get 6 energy back. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and he gets 1 level of insanity back, so that's back down to 1. But he is not going to do anything else, and so another quick one. It is immediately over to villains turn 4. So given that the villains are only getting back 3 a turn, got to be a little bit more careful with their spending. I feel they only have 5 to play with this particular turn. And let's see, it's too expensive to activate the prisoners, literally, can't afford it. They'll just spend 3 and they'll do reinforcements with the Screams of Pain. So how many dice was that again for... I'm looking at the wrong mission, my pages got turned over. Where are we? That's the wrong way. It was 2 yellow dice of insanity, I believe, so potentially 4 maximum. Just want to double check. And this is going to be the only tile they activate this turn as well. That's 3 reinforcement points, which is enough to bring back the 2 knocked out henchmen, which he will. He'll put this one here and this one down here. So Screams in the Night, 2 yellow dice. Each success, 1 level of insanity. That's 2 levels of insanity. Boom, boom. Batman is up to 3. If it gets to 8, it's instant game over. That's all. Joker's not going to activate another tile. He can't really afford to. He was not as careful with his spending as he should have been, so it goes into hero turn 5. So Batman is going active, and he gets his 3, and because he is insanity level 3, he ignores the menace of the Gentleman of the Tile at him, so it's not hindering his ability to hack that computer. So he's going straight for the computer, and he's not mucking around. 4 red dice, his maximum. 1 automatic success, more than enough, fantastic. That is the second computer hacked. Boom, 2 computers hacked. 1 automatic level of insanity because he sees pictures of Commissioner Gordon being tortured. Now if he goes out into that street, he's got to get past a lot of dudes. He only needs to get 1 more computer out of the Hall of Mirrors or the knife room. I can't remember the official name. Okay. He'll move this way for his free movement. And he'll punch the gentleman with the gun out here twice. Get those out of the way. So that's 2 orange rerollables. 1 up to 2. They've got 2 armor. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. But a good turn in general. So I think we're going to say that's a good enough turn. Keep him with 3 energy because that means he can go active twice in a row. I mean, rather than skip a turn. So we'll say over to villains at the halfway point for their turn 5. So the villains have 5 energy to play with. Not a lot. Spend 2 on the crazy inmates, and that might be the only thing they do. Well, they'll bank 1 this turn. So the crazy inmates move 3. Now can this one get over? 1, 2, he totally can. 1, 2, 3. So he'll bust into here, screaming as he goes, and attack Batman. We'll quickly cover the other movement. Let's put this one in the Hall of Mirrors as well, so it's getting a little bit busy in there. So anyway, crazy inmates, just 2 white rerollables for their basic attack. Total potential of 4 damage if these roll well for them. Which it did, of course. Yes, okay, good, yes. We'll spend 1 on defense. That's an orange and an automatic yellow, defending against 4 damage. And that defended against 1, so he took 3 damage. Ow. But that is going to be the only activation for the villains this turn. Not enough cubes if they want some for defense. And Joker's probably going to want some for defense from Batman. So we'll go into Hero, turn 6. So we're over with Batman. We're going to stay active, so he gets 3. This Batman, it's 3 and 6, so he only has 9 total instead of a usual 10. And he is going to move, but it's going to cost 2 extra. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, but it's up to 5 because of them. Back down to 3 because of his 2 free movement. So he is going to spend the 3 on movement to get in here. And the Hall of Mirrors is just one big room as far as I can ascertain. There's no cut lines anywhere, so presumably it's all the same. We're going to have to quickly check what happens when Batman enters the Hall of Mirrors, because I've forgotten. A miniature in this area is considered isolated. They cannot be targeted with attacks or explosions. The skills of allies and enemies are ignored. The difficulty of all complex manipulations and complex thoughts. Oh yeah, this is why the house rule is important as well. It's increased by 2, which means you would need 8 to hack the computer in there. And the maximum Batman can get is... Ooh. If he rolled perfectly, I think 12? So it's very, very difficult. The cost of move points required to leave this area is increased by 2. Not enter it, just leave. I don't get the first part though. The miniatures in this area are considered isolated. They cannot be targeted with attacks or explosions. So what's the point of having miniatures in there if they can't target each other? That seems weird. It says they can't be targeted by attacks. I guess that means they can't find each other in the Hall of Mirrors? That's so weird. It's very, very strange. Isolated. They cannot be targeted with attacks or explosions. Alright, I guess that's fine. So Batman's going to use the rest of his turn to do a complex thought of 3 on 2 red dice. Oh no, he didn't do it. Never mind, he's just wasted his energy. That was to try and bring his sanity down by 2, but it did not work. So that is his turn. I guess as long as he's in there he's safe because they can't find each other. The plan was to go in there and throw the explosive batarang at Joker. Whatever, it is now villain turn 6. So this is a weird one, if nobody in the Hall of Mirrors can hurt each other. Now Joker could just execute, oh but you can't initiate an attack, and I'm pretty sure the execute says you, instead of attacking, Joker can hit a henchman. Let me just double check that. When Mr. Joe declares a melee attack, if he is in the same area as the hero he can attempt to drive them insane. To do so he targets an ally miniature if he manages to neutralize, yeah, so it's an attack. Which apparently you're not allowed to do in the Hall of Mirrors. That seems very strange, but that's exactly how it's worded. This could be a case of a bad translation. We'll activate Mr. Joe and get him out of the Hall of Mirrors because he's useless there, as it turns out. He's got 3 movement, it costs 2 extra to leave. He's just going to wait at the door for Batman to come out so they can have a little discussion about 2 inmates trying to escape an asylum together. Is there anything else worth activating? Is there... Yeah, you know what? Well, that would only leave 3 dice. 3 cubes, rather. Yeah, let's do it anyway. Get the thug out of the Hall of Mirrors as well, so the Joker's got a thug next to him to execute. Because I think if Batman gets within 4 of being driven insane, there's a chance the game will just end, because yellow dice maximum payout is 2 per dice. So each insanity thing could add 4. The other one, he'll come through the Hall of Mirrors, but he won't be able to leave it till his next turn. Why not? So we'll go over to Hero, turn 7. And once again, Batman should be having a nice rest. He gets 6 back. His insanity drops by 1 level to level 3. He can't do anything, but he is poised to be able to hack that computer. If he hacks that computer, we move on to the second stage, where Gordon is kind of punted out of the ghost train, and he's there. But then we have to do something else. But we'll cover that if it happens. So yeah, after that, it is immediately onto the villains. Turn 7. Well, the villain isn't going to do much either. 3 energy, 1's going to be spent on the Joker's gang, and they move 3. So we'll come around here real quick, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, because they're all coming over here, because this is where Batman is going to try and get to once, well, fingers crossed, he successfully hacks the PC in there, even though it's 2 more difficult than normal. Well, 1 I guess if you take hacking into consideration. That's probably going to do it for that turn. He could spend 1 again and that'll make the reinforcements happen plus insanity on the next turn. That's probably worth it just to bring that cheaper next turn. So Joker's gang with the pistols, they move 2. He'll go 1, 2, I guess, to be there. And the other one, Batman's not going for this PC obviously, so just 1, 2, he'll start coming round. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Straight over the hero turn 8. So it all rests on whether Batman can hack this PC. He gets back 3 energy. He's immediately spending 4 of it because he has to, and he also has to roll exceptionally well because it's a difficulty 6 up to a difficulty 8, back down to a difficulty 7 because of hacking. So he needs 7 here. That is 5, 6, 7. He actually got enough because it becomes 8 with hacking. That's quite astonishing. So he did do it. That unfortunately means his insanity goes up by 1. But it also means the ghost train has stopped. Commissioner Gordon has been spat out on this little thing here, but he's still a prisoner, and he's not actually there. He can't be targeted or anything. Batman now needs to get there to free him, and then that ends the mission. Now for the rest of this particular turn, he can't even bring his own insanity down because he's maxed out his thought. It costs 2 extra to leave. This is a good opportunity to take out the Joker. I feel like that should award bonus sanity. So to leave into this square would normally just be 1. It becomes 3 because of the Hall of Mirrors criteria, so he has to spend 1 movement. Come out here to say hello, Joker. And he's going to throw the explosive batarang at Joker to try and kill him. Who's the insane one now? We'll throw in 1 orange die. How much health has Joker got? He's got 5. How much armor has he got? 2 armor, and he has misfortune, so he forces a reroll. Let's do 2 then. 2 orange plus 2 black. 1 has to be rerolled, so obviously be what the best result is. Well, the best result is the 4. It gets rerolled to nothing. I've forgotten if that happens before or after pay for rerolls, but there's not going to be a pay for reroll. It's just 2 damage. He has 2 armor. So it did nothing. Excellent. That's supposed to be the boss killer, and it did nothing, so that is gone for the game. And Batman's going to end his turn there. I think one way or the other, next turn for him will be the last, if he is not driven insane by turn 8 of the villains. So there's basically an endgame condition right away, and we're going to just see if it happens. 2 is going to get spent on reinforcements. There's nobody to reinforce, but it screams in the night. It doesn't really make sense because Gordon's being saved, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't say it stops being a thing that's possible once Gordon's out of the train, because he's still a prisoner, I guess, so he's still being tortured. So both these yellows are 2s. Batman's driven insane and the game ends. Oh, that was close. 3. Boom, boom, boom. Batman is 1 insanity level away from being driven to the point where he just kills the Joker. Is there anything else Joker needs or wants to do? Yes, he can be annoying, and that's his way. Activate the prisoners. They move 3. So this one's going to go 1, 2 and punch him. This one's going to go 1, 2, 3 and punch him. Apologies for knocking the board there. And that's it. Now the one that arrived, both of them get their sneak attack bonus because of the menace being higher than Batman. I've forgotten what that does, so I'm going to need to quickly go check. It gives them an automatic success equal to the level of sneak attack they have, so they have sneak attack level 1. And yes, you're supposed to complete someone's turn before moving fully. They both would get the bonus anyway because of the 2 henchmen already there with him, so it doesn't matter. First one hitting him. Oh dear. Is a success of 5, because he has 1 automatic defense. We'll put 2 into defense for that, because that's nasty. He took 1 damage. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. So then the other one, 1 automatic success. 1 automatic success is all you get. Block it with the automatic. He did. So that is going to be it for villain's second last turn. Oh, sorry, last turn. They don't get a turn 10. as we move into the hero's second last turn. So it is coming down to a full finish because the second last turn has to just be used to rest. So there's 6 power across the way for his final turn. But Batman can't do anything else. His insanity comes down by 1. So there is that. But we're going to go straight into the villain's final turn. So there's a very cheesy way to win here. It costs 6 to get this. And it is being done for Screams in the Night. 2 yellow dice. Insanity. If it's greater than, I think it's 8 or higher. So if these add up to 2 or more, Batman loses. There you have it. I'm pretty sure it's 8 or higher, not higher than 8. Because that does put him at Insanity 8. Let me just check the victory conditions. The Joker has proven that Batman's sanity can be tested. The hero's level of insanity is 8 or more. So unfortunately that does mean Batman loses. So he will not be able to save Commissioner Gordon. If he'd had one more turn, all he would have had to do is max out his movement to go doop, doop, and then it's a complex manipulation of... Ooh, what is it a complex manipulation of? Let's see. Save Gordon. Sorry, it's an automatic manipulation. It would have literally just been... He would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5... Oh, you know what? You would have had to kill at least one thug first because he can only have a maximum of 4 movement. I am curious if he would have done it. So let's just do his turn as if it happened. So he needs to do 4 movement and he needs an automatic manipulation to free Gordon, which would mean he had a maximum of 3 dice because of the energy coming over to take out 1 thug to lower their menace. So it would have been 3 on one of the 1 armor guys. Let's see if it would have been possible. I think that's already enough, yeah. So that would have taken him out. He would have had 2 from combo as well. Sorry, 1 from combo as well. Or is it 2? No, it is 2, my bad. No, 2 is retaliate, 1 is combo. The combo wouldn't have done anything. He would have had exactly enough energy left over to win. But that doesn't matter because Joker took it by driving him insane. And Joker was rewarded with Batman breaking his neck. Sorry, strangling him. Strangling him. That's what he potentially did in Killing Joke. So there you have it, even Batman's sanity can be tested by no less than the Joker. We might stick with being on the Funhouse map just to show the modularity of it by doing another mission. Except this time maybe up against the Mad Hatter, although I think I need to paint the other civilians for that. Or just another setup with Joker or some form of Joker. We'll see, just again to show I love the modularity of these boards. Like for instance, there's like a Dodgem cart ride that has different special roles if you go in it. Over here, we didn't even get to play with the fireworks. The fireworks is a really powerful AoE damage thing. Oh, what have we got in there? We've got like a shooting gallery type thing. It's awesome. I love the modularity. And again, some of the missions in the add-on book to Season 1 just has some of the roofs. So sometimes you've just got roofs you can hide on, which is neat as well. That was a fun one, and this is my favourite map of the add-ons to Season 1 for sure. I don't think it's my favourite map in total. I think my favourite map is the Gotham PD, which is the versus mode one, unfortunately, so it's not used in any of the scenario booklets. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Whether we're on this map again next time or somewhere else, hope to see you there. Ta-ta for now.